Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Conahey Rail. In this video I'll be doing a little bit of scenery work with using Woodland Scenic products. I very rarely do scenery. I'm more or less somebody who, there's a couple different types of O-gaugers out there. There's ones that love to do scenery and they just have some trains to run through their scenery, but they just concentrate mainly on scenery and have trains run through them. And then the other type that has trains and then just throw a little bit of scenery into it. Basically, I consider myself just a collector who runs his collection. I'm not really, even though I consider my O-gauge layout high rail because of certain features and it being all scale. I'm using scale sized trains only and certain buildings. But I just don't focus a lot on scenery. It's very rare. I spend most of my money on trains. Another train. Oh yeah, I gotta have this one because I'm a collector. I gotta have it in my collection. And normally I'm insane because when I see that one rail car, I can't have just one route, and I'm ready too. Oh God! But at any rate, yeah. So I'm just somebody who runs a collection, and I very rarely do scenery. But today it's going to be different. I'm going to do a little bit of scenery. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, and we'll get to work. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody because it seems like just, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago I was announcing, hey, I got 8,000 subscribers, thank you. And now, here we are, January of 2022, and I'm announcing that I have 9,000 subs, and again, it just blows me away, and I thank everybody for your support of Dakman Productions and just watching my videos, liking them. So I just wanted to again thank everybody. If because I don't know where this is going to take me. I'm just a person who likes to go out the train shows, who enjoys O-gauge hobby, who enjoys model trains, who just likes to promote the hobby. I'm just, somebody who just likes model trains. So, I don't know where my channel's going to go. But at any rate, if I hit 10,000 subs, notice if, I will do a giveaway. Definitely. It will be HO and an O-gauge. To give something back, because I have not done a giveaway on my channel. As far as some channels give out giveaways every time they get hit subscribers. 1,000, 2,000, or they give something away. And I haven't done that. I just thank everybody. But for if I hit 10,000, you guys get me at 10,000. I guarantee you, there will be a giveaway at all three scales. That's a fact. The next thing, before I move on, is you noticed I tried something a little bit experimental, and the viewers were really positive to it. It's hard to get ideas from viewers, of what they like, don't like. But so sometimes you just have to experiment and watch your stats and your views to see if people liked it or didn't like it. So sometimes YouTube is just about experimentation. You're a channel, you experiment with this, and you as the YouTuber, this is advice for those who are starting out. You have to find the things that you're good at showing or you're good at doing. So, and focus on them, and then that's how you get started in YouTube. But for example, I'll do some small reviews, but I'm not good at doing in-depth reviews. That's not me. That's not my personality. But my thing is I love going to train shows. That's something I really love doing. That's my thing. So I experimented first at the Great Scale Train Show. I did what I'm now going to call an overview, a show overview video. So I did a little show overview video, and the numbers went off the chart on that, even though it was only maybe a 5-minute long video. So the next one I did I think it was like 10 minutes, and it was a Greenberg show. So I did another show overview. Greenberg's New Jersey. So in Edison, and again the views were really positive. They just went through the roof. So I knew the viewers were liking what I was doing. So I decided for the Oaks show to do a more in-depth train show overview video, and you guys just loved it. I mean, the views went off the chart more than any videos that I normally put out. I mean, it just was very popular. So I'm glad you liked them. It gives me an idea of what the viewers like. It's something that I love doing, going to train shows. Now, of course, there's not going to be train shows all summer long. So during the summertime, I'll just be bringing you stuff from Conahey Rail. But, you know, spring and fall, I'm going to do more of those train show overview videos for the viewers. So I'm going to do a lot more of that. So I'm going to try to include train show overview videos on my YouTube channel from this point forward, because the response on them was great. Normally when I do train shows, I go to one club layout and I'll shoot video clips of that, put it all together, and make a video like O-Gauge. Here's an O-Gauge, like the Independent High Railers. Here's the Independent High Railers video. Here's the Royersford HO modular layout video. So I would do just exclusive videos on one club, which in itself got views, you know, quite a few views. But the overview videos that I've done, where I shoot a little bit of this club, a little bit of that club, a little bit of what's for sale, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, put it together, and you guys love it. So I'm going to keep doing that. And once again, thank you. So let's get to work. It's been a long time since I've done any scenery work on Conahey Rail. Besides getting my Menards building, all I did was install that, and I still haven't gotten track work done to that yet. But I always wanted realistic trees on my layout. And through my research and talking to more experienced high rail O-Gauge people, I went with Woodland Scenics. They say that's the most realistic trees you can buy. This is not a paid commercial for Woodland Scenics. I'm mentioning them because they have a great reputation. But, so, they're a little bit expensive, but they said if you want realistic trees, Woodland Scenics is your best bet. Now, here is a ready-made tree, 14 Indigenous tree pack. This costs $36 for 14 trees. So you be the judge. I'll let you know right up front what a lot of more experienced high railers told me, that if you are the person who wants total realism, you're better off buying trees that you can make on your own, and Woodland Scenic sells you everything to do your own trees with. They say that's the most realistic looking tree. Not the ready-made ones, but the ones that you create on your own. Which Ravenhawk 6910 has been doing on his channel. He builds about 2 trees a night, and they look good. He's doing a real excellent job. So check him out. Again, Ravenhawk 6910. He's doing he's building his own trees. Me, but you know my deal. I say it all the time. I ain't got time for that. I got a busy life, and as a truck mechanic, I just want to get stuff on the layout and enjoy it. So I bought the ready-made trees. So we'll get these out of the box and we'll look at them. So I'm going to open these up, and yes, I'm working with my favorite drink here. Again, not a paid sponsor, just something I rather enjoy. So let's open these up. I bought these for my visit at Trains and Things in Ewing, New Jersey. And thank you to those who corrected my saying, because I was saying Ewing and everybody told me, hey, it's really Ewing. So, who would have thunk that Ewing is spelled with, not spelled with a Y, but it's spelled with an E-W. But, so we'll grab these out of here, and, wow. I mean, for ready-made, I think they look good. Alright, we'll be careful here. I mean, check that out. Now, I bought the ones that were in different colors. Because I didn't want everything all monotone. I think different shades of different colors really brings out a layout. It's just a personal opinion. But if everything's all the same color, it just sort of it's got that monotone. It's just not really nature. It's not realistic. At least that's my opinion. And please don't take my opinions out of context. Because it's just me. You know, I've had people actually take opinions out of context. But here's a tree that they have here. And they have these little, right here, these stands that you can put up. Now, you can do this a couple different ways, I guess. Now, you can put this on and plan it. Well, let's take it over here to the layout. We'll take this over to the layout here. Yeah, let's go over here. Now, I gotta be very careful where I plant my trees because I do a lot of video work on my layout and the trees just can't be in the way. But I could probably do something like this and just basically glue the tree in place and do what other people do and put the put Woodland Scenic's covering on top of it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So Woodland Scenics has this turf, and that's what's on here on Conahey rails is turf, and basically, I don't know how much they are now, but when I bought these, they were $10 each, and they got blended turf, fine turf, different color shades. And you can take this and put the turf on top of this little pedestal there so you would never see it. But I was toying around with the idea I don't know if you can see it in the camera. See that part that goes into the pedestal? I was toying around with the idea of drilling a hole and letting the tree set without this part so I don't have to cover it up. So I like to experiment, so I'm going to try that. So I'm going to put this right about here. And I'll see how I make it out. Alright, so that seems to work out. We'll get a little close up here. And by doing it this way, I'm drilling into my 5/8 plywood directly. Now, if I wanted to make this more semi-permanent, I could probably use, I got some Elmer's glue that dries clear There's also clear dry Elmer's glue. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I always try to use stuff to make it semi-permanent, because if you change your mind, which does happen with me, and I'm sure it's happened with other people, and you make it too permanent, you're destroying things getting apart. Some people won't care because they're going through a total redesign, but I love to recycle things and reuse them over again, or repurpose. Repurpose things. I'm a big repurposer, if that's even a word. But this is so cool because I can save on using turf to cover up the pedestal. Alright, let's pick out some more cool places. Alright. Well, I guess the biggest thing is deciding where you're going to put the trees. But I think this will be good right there. Alright, let me grab the drill. My tools of choice are Milwaukee. I work as a mechanic for a living, so Milwaukee seems to hold up a lot better. And again, this is not a paid advertisement for Milwaukee. I just like Milwaukee tools and think they're a better tool than DeWalt. DeWalt's okay if you're using it for home use once in a while, but for constant, everyday use, nothing beats Milwaukee battery power. Alright. And that's been proven because all my tools are Milwaukee, and they've held up a lot better than anybody in my shop who owns DeWalt. Alright, so that tree looks pretty good. Let's plant some more. Alright, so I'm eyeing up an area at this church. That looks good. I'll go back later and clean up this sawdust. So liking how that works, I'm thinking of keeping most of my indigenous trees for, well, we'll see how it works out here. This area is so plain, but yet I do use this area for filming a lot. Well, since I'm not making it too permanent, I could take the tree out as I put my camera in, I'm thinking. That's a bad spot. I'll tell you why. I didn't really think that one out. Because that's a mango switch behind it. And I'm going to knock that tree over reaching for that switch. So I got to move this thing. Sometimes you look at something that looks good, but then it doesn't work out. So we'll move the tree. So I moved the tree. Now I can get to the switch. I'm sure people are wondering, why don't you just get automatic or power switches? Just hit the remote button. I like to be hands-on with my railroad. So I want to be throwing the switches myself. And you'll find that a lot of railroads, most of our switches are manual anyway. Alright, let's figure out what other trees we're going to put in here. Let's see. Need a little scenery here. Now the trees in the way of me looking at my Griswold family truckster. I love that movie. If you think you hate it now, wait until you drive it. Even though it's probably going to be in the way of my... Alright, so here's here's the problem before I get too far. So I put this tree in, and then I put that tree in. What are we seeing wrong with this picture here? At least for me. The trees are the same color as the grass. So I just said I like contrasting colors, but yeah, I put the same color tree with the same color grass. Ha. I guess it's just a force of habit of matching colors. I don't know. But I'm going to switch them. So let's see what you guys think. I'm taking this back out. Instead, I'll put the dark green one over here. Now I put the dark green with the light green, and over here we have the light green with the dark green on the grass. So now it's a little bit more contrast. It's not that same monotone scenery. So sort of like, I don't know, maybe it's me. What do you guys think? Put in the comments. Do you agree with my change, or do you not agree with my change? Would you have left the dark green with the dark green flock on the ground? And would you have left the matching light green? But to me, this is, I don't know, I think it looks more contrast. But again, I don't do that much scenery. I like the way it looks, but love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm going to put another light green one here. Alright, so I got that one in. Alright, so I'm going to put the next one right about here. There we go. Now I don't have a plan. I'm just doing this on a whim. So, for those who want realistic scenery or how to place it, I mean, this video is basically hanging out with Dakman, and we're installing Woodland and Scenic's tree, so I have no plan. But the best advice I've seen, I forget who said it, I've seen it on Facebook or YouTube, but the best advice I've seen is if you want realistic scenery and how to place it properly, just take a walk out in the nature and take pictures. Because trees aren't always perfectly standing straight up. There's some that are leaning, some, but they said, and it made sense to me, take pictures of nature. Just walk nature and take pictures. And apply it to your railroad. But again, you can see the contrast. Instead of using a dark tree, I used a light tree on the darker grass or darker flock. Alright, let's move over. Basically, this is just, you know, me having a little fun and sharing it with everybody. I'm not perfect by any means. Now, it's hard to tell from this shot, maybe if I get closer. But I used a darker tree on a medium green grass. And again, I don't have a plan. I'm just sporadically finding places to plant trees. One thing to be careful of while you're planting trees is make sure that you're not blocking anything like an IR sensor. So I don't want to put anything here or here. So I want to stay off sides to that, because that's an IR sensor. That's what trips my railroad signal. So I'll put this here. And that's what this hobby is all about. It's having fun, right? So it's up to you how well detailed you want to go. If you're on the go like me, because, you know, you got other things going on in your life, and you don't want to be the next 100 years building your railroad, you'll have a lot of time to dedicate to it. Then there are things that make it quick and easy to get up and running in the world of O-gauge railroading. The only thing I didn't use that was quick and easy was Lionel Fast Track or MTH Real Tracks. I wanted to stay kind of true to the traditional high rail layouts using Gargrave's track or Atlas O. Ross made some realistic looking track there for a while. But, so I used Gargrave's track instead of going Fast Track. Funny story is I still have a lot of people in shock that I got a steam locomotive. Yeah, I like that. Now, I'm sure many of you would have had different ideas of where to place the trees. I really like the look of these indigenous trees over the pine trees that I got. They do look a lot better. But the pine trees have their place too. We do have them here in South Jersey. We got, anybody knows anything about South Jersey, there's huge state forests with nothing but pine trees in them. So alright, so there's one planted there. I've got one more left. I really do like the look of these, so let's take a better look. It does make it look, I mean, I do like these trees. They are cool. Well worth the money. Once again, Woodland Scenics. You can build your own. They do have kits, which I've been told that's even more realistic than what you're looking at. For a ready-made tree, I'm pretty happy. So, I mean, yeah, for the money, it's a little expensive, but just buy a pack at a time, and as you get more funds, buy another pack. And let's come out here and take a look. Another tree there I just planted, and here's one here we just planted. So it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy. So once again, here's the products that we just used today. I didn't end up having to use the turf since I did it the way I did. But in case I did, here is the turf to cover up these pedestals. And here is the indigenous tree pack that I used. I used the mixed green colors. Stock number TR1572, and I like to use the green blend, blended turf 1349, and the fine turf, which is weeds. But you can check out Woodland Scenics online. I'll leave a link in the description of the video. They haven't made a catalog in quite some time. Well, thank you for spending time with Dakman installing trees on Conahey rail. I don't often get to play with scenery, but when I do, I do enjoy it. It's just not my thing. I'd rather buy more trains for my collection and run them. But yeah, it's fun when I do get to do it. I have another area where I have built kits. Not everything I buy is all ready to go. But with the trees, I just couldn't see myself spending the time to build them. I don't have that kind of time and patience. But at any rate, trees make all the difference in the world on your layout. So if you have a layout like when I first started, and here's a little advice for those who are starting out in O-Gauge. So when I first started, I put my grass mat down and put the buildings down, the roadways down, track down. And I was pretty much done. Like, yeah, this is it. But, you know, there's a lot of missing things. There's a lot of key points that are missing when you just say, okay, yeah, that's it. And trees was one of them. So I remember buying a cheap set of trees on eBay. I'm like, let me just buy this set of trees and put them in. I'm like, wow, what a difference. I mean, I've physically seen my layout start to pop. It's starting to look more realistic. And then it drove me to do more, and I bought more trees. And they were all cheap pine trees that I don't even remember the brand name that I bought on eBay, cheap. And then a hobby shop got me into showing me how to make bushes and stuff like that. So I'll put some bushes and stuff out there. But there's still more missing off my layout that I want to do, but as time comes. The biggest thing I would like to do to Conahey Rail eventually is put in telephone poles with lights or light poles, string them up, and that I think will make this layout pop a little bit more like it's a high rail layout. So that's one of the biggest things I want to go for sooner or later. Telephone poles with lights, and I think that would also make a world of difference on here. But at any rate, I kept you guys long enough. Thank you for hanging out with Dakman. Thank you for the 9,000 subs. Get me the 10,000. We'll do a giveaway. Hope to see you at the train shows, or the club meets, or you never know where Dakman may be, even at the hobby shops. We'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.